Yo, welcome back to the channel. I'm basically going to be going over some of these ranked matches that I had here, and this first match features Chiaotzu with the team on Piccolo, Vegeta, and Goku. But the other teams, my friend picked on for DV battles is Whis, Chiaotzu, and Freiza Soldier. I have room for one more, but I'll get to that team in a second. But I did use Whis in them. But as you can see, it's worth it because even though this is kind of low-level ranked, there's a lot of cheese being used. I'm talking giants, the androids, the after-image stuff, tons of cheese. Way too much cheese for someone who cannot eat it like I can. And this guy here goes for the cell. He does this one little trick every single time after he rushes me, and he double like evasion dashes and then goes for the grab. And he beat me the last two games because I didn't have good luck on his patterns. And then as you can see, he does it right there. And I get sick of it. I go, hey, you know what? I know what you're doing now. And it's not going to get past me. I beat him in the grab war, whatever that is. I know they have like a specific word for it. I don't like using it. They got a lot of terminology. He goes for it again, and I parry the grab. So he's just not expecting that. And this is actually like a great way to knock down his health as long as I can make sure he doesn't get a grab off, because that's how he's stealing health from me. He does it again right there, the dash grab. Unsure why he keeps doing it. He's seen for the last 3 times it has not worked on me, but I think that he can just catch me off guard. I'm blinded! And he does dash grab. And I get it even while I'm blinded. He cannot stop it. He does win the grab war that time, and he goes for it again, trying to get more health, kind of just panicking for the health. But he is winning the fight. I think he just maybe wants to see a little extra health and extra ki. I pressed the wrong button, go really far away, and I think I'm trying to swap out. I'm like, Vegeta, don't die. I vanish. I get the grab off, which buys me enough time because all this guy does is perception. Swapping a Big Daddy Piccolo, hit him in the back where that big tail boost comes out. Get him in a nice combo, and he just kind of keeps perceptioning, and I realize that. He hits me with the sway again. I'm like, maybe I should quit messing around with this guy. But he goes to second form Cell, and second form Cell does not have as much utility. As someone who had to use this guy, I don't like him as much, and I'd probably recommend transforming into the big Cell as fast as possible. He keeps going for this grab because it does get him health into instant rush attack. Doesn't work. He goes for it again, which I think puts us into a little advantage for him. I win this here. Yeah, I win this because I'm better at pressing square. And I go for my own rush attack. He dodges. But I'm stuck on a wall super close to him. Something that did not happen to him, but did happen to me because I'm near the border of the map. He goes for his pump up, which wakes him to skill counter. I try popping my instant sparking. It doesn't work. He gets behind me way too fast. He's parrying the hell out of me. He's slapping me around in the air for no reason. I get a nice little grab off here. Get my sparking. Get the super counter. Pop my ultimate. But as you can see, he bounced off the wall there. So he's faster to react. He can dodge it or even guard. And he just teleports it. Gets hit by the Ki Blast somehow. I think he shot it at me while I was still in sparking. So it bounced off and hit him. Which lets me get a very nice combo into making sure that he cannot switch out. Because once again, this is a DP battle. Just kidding. Of course he switches out. He gets it right. This guy was really good at that. He was really good at preserving and making sure that there was somebody in the back with at least a health bar or two. So I'm like, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. Let me also do that. And I switch into Vegeta. I'm a huge Vegeta fan, but I don't like playing his character series. I cannot seem to really string his combos together very well. And also, this guy's only transformation is Grade 8, who I do not like using. I waste an explosive wave there, see him just holding perception, and for some reason go in and hit him, and then he Sonic Sways me. I get a nice little combo off here, I think, before he ends things. I actually get the swap off into Goku, who is my best. And he's also dripped up because my friend was like, hey, make him look all drippy. I'm like, yeah, no problem. For some reason, everybody, even people who don't play Dragon Ball, just really like this outfit on Goku. I think it just looks good. He tries going for the instant sparking. I have to remind him that I'm his dad, and I can't let him do that. he hits a wall, which kind of lets him counter off really much faster than you should be able to. Swaps out again into his fresh Vegeta. And this is kind of his best character. He's been saving him in the back, has the most health. And he seems to be using Vegeta really well. Up until this game. I should say. And he's full, so I figure I just need to take care of this guy. And the other two guys are so weak that anybody should be able to take care of in the back because they've been sitting in the back for a while. Chiaotzu's in the back. The god himself. The human's best chance at killing things like Murzomatsu is Chiaotzu. And I'll show you that later in a video. Believe it or not, I will show it to you. I smash him down to the ground and get the nice little kick. Forcing people on the ground, I noticed, lets you kind of use your movement a little more. Especially if you like going for side dashes and things like that. In the air it is a little different, but I think on the floor, it's a different environment. It plays a little differently. I have the wild sense. I go for the Kamehameha and actually get it off. He actually does not believe it. You just saw it with your eyes. He does not get the vanish off. I hit him right in the sweet spot with the Kamehameha. I get a nice little combo to finish him off. And now anybody that comes in is weak. And I know that he's scared of my Super Saiyan Goku. He gets the instant sparking because he swapped in. I couldn't see him and he just popped it. I somehow, I think, shoot the tree and it deflects or something. And then I have to use my evasive maneuvers to make sure this guy does not hit me. Pop the wild sense while he chases me. He hits me foolishly, his last mistake. And then I wild sense, kick him, and he's gone. And then second form cell comes in, and I'm kind of like, alright, I think that's all he has. Right there, listen, right there, you're going to be like, hey, that was very obvious. Why'd you go for that? I wanted to see if I could parry the grab, because it's the longest grab in the game. And I don't know if you can, or I got the timing wrong. So, I swap back out on Chiaotzu to finish things off because there's nobody better. He, for some reason, foolishly goes for a Vanish Roar like this on me. He thinks he's going to get me, but I just showed him 3 times in a row. I dodge that, and then I punish him with a Dawn Ray to the back of the head. Like Universe 7's hit is Chiaotzu, the Lord himself. And of course, we're going to have more Chiaotzu in these fights coming up. I'm going to get those rolling for you very soon. Alright guys, look. This is all ranked matches, you know, and of course I'm always like, oh, I hate playing against cheese, but, you know, sometimes it's just, you're playing ranked to win, right? You're not going to just have a good time. You're going to win. So I understand bringing a good team. So that's why I brought Whis, Chiaotzu, and Freiza Soldier. And my friend was like, hey man, just bring them because Chiaotzu's funny, and then you also bring the strongest guy. And I was like, well, if I lead with Whis, I feel less cheesy because you know that's 10 points. That's 10 points. And on top of that, this guy's leading with a Jiren, so it feels pretty even, you know. A good Jiren, you could outplay this. I've beaten Whis myself. They're not that great. I didn't see him stringing combos together like I am for 15,000 damage, but, you know, we go immediately into a Vanish War. I have to remind him who I am. Hit him for a nice, juicy 6,000. And if he does transform, he does get an extra health bar here. So I shove him into the ground to make sure that doesn't happen. He also, lovely name here. This is why I didn't feel bad going all out against this man here. Jiren finally strings together a nice little combo there for 3,000 damage. I actually only hit him for 7,000 right there. I think we go for leg sweep here. Yeah, I love the leg sweeps. Into a massive 12,000 damage combo. Oh, just kidding. 21,000 damage combo to knock Jiren out. Into Bardock, another character who is relatively cheesy. Like, I don't even want to say that he's less cheesy. He has a sparking. It's also explosive wave. It's immediate. You can pop ult. It's not unguardable, but there's, I don't know, there's just a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Instant sparkers and stuff like that. But hey, I'm using Whis, so I can't complain. Plus, I can get my health back, you know, if I feel like I'm that guy. Or I can go to my ace in the hole, just Chiaotzu in the back, and Pharaoh and Mr. Tien these guys. I have to show him Ultra Instinct, let him know who he's messing with. That tree disappears, by the way. I think just is gone. I don't know where it went. I think it's just no longer in reality. Kind of knock him away. I have full heal bars, and I think I go for a snack here. No, I go for the swap, and I save the snack for later. Wow, really thinking ahead. I bring in Chiaotzu the Demon to finish off Bardock here. I almost called him by his username. And then I hit him with a Dot on Ray, just to teach him about the Church of Dot on Ray. He goes for the instant sparking. I have to hit him with the Dot on Ray. Just kidding, I have after image. He goes for the key. He doesn't realize that fighting Chiaotzu is like fighting a sleep paralysis demon. He goes for the ult here, like he's gonna hit me. No, Chiaotzu's already behind you. Goes for the silly grab. Smash into the ground to knock you out of Bardock and plants a Bardock tree right there. And then Krillin comes in. What's Krillin gonna do to me when I Pharaoh Mr. TN him, huh? You let me know that. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is Church of Dodon Ray. So we Dodon Ray him. Boost it. He's falling because it's a hard knockdown. I Dodon Ray again with another boost for 16,000. And this is his last character, but hey, that's tough, man. You know, sometimes you gotta get those vanishes off, sometimes you don't. Get him into a hard knockdown, you go right behind him, give him a little bit of the Chiaotzu special before getting hit with some back shots by Krillin. Teleport behind him, but walk right into that grab. I think some of my makeup came off and it's on his hand. Nope, Chiaotzu's makeup is still there. Dodon Ray him again, just to let him know who he's messing with. Have the after image. I try getting a nice attack off here, but he after image strikes me, so I can't. I go for the block, the hard knockback, the after image strike one more time, but he goes for the grab, so I do have my after image strike still. Solar flares me, but it works on solar flare somehow. I think I hit him. Oh, I just headbutt him. I headbutt him in his spine, because Chiaotzu's a man, and headbutts people in their spines. And he also says no more math. What a funny guy. One of my favorites replays of all time. And the reason that Chiaotzu says that is actually a reference to original Dragon Ball, so that's why I'm a big fan of this. But let's end that replay, and let's get into another one. Another spicy one. Actually, we might get into this one a little bit after, but this is a Chiaotzu showcase for right now. So let's go and get into this guy. This was an incredible match here, and I'll show you why. Look at this unique dialogue line.
Goodness me! I mean, if you're offering to give me candy, my favorites are extra sweet.
Wow, Whis just showing no fear in the face of Majin Buu. Tech the grab immediately, and then me and Buu here
let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
Middle school bathroom fight in this terrarium that is the hyperbolic time chamber. And seriously, we literally just hit each other and throw charge keys and attacks and everything, and the walls just don't break. This stuff is extra thick, man. It does not come off. I'm hitting him for a lot of damage, and he actually runs out. He runs out and calls a security officer. Once again, look, we're just hitting each other under the wall, but I think my hair's not strong enough to break it. Gets a nice revenge counter there, runs away, calls a security guard because he's scared to run hands. Absorbs Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. And then spams Galactic Volley, an unblockable attack, but not before Whis says, you know what, I'm done. Destroys the bathroom, and gets behind him, smashes him into the hyperbolic time chamber floor. He recovers really fast, gets the donut beam volley unguardable off, is charging to try to get it again, and then I just key blast him into oblivion, into his next character, who is Gohan. I do try getting the snack there. It does not work, and he takes my skill counters. That timing is really good on his part. Not sure if it's just a skill. Maybe the timing's really easy with the skill, but I digress. He is kicking me into the floor as Whis, and I'm not, I don't really like that. So I guard. I do go to Masenko. It doesn't get much off on me. We go to a Vanish War. He just starts fighting ghosts. I think I hit him with a staff a little bit for a nice 6,000. And this guy does have a full power skill, which does charge his ki for a whole 2 skill counters. So I bring in my guy that can do the same thing, Freiza Soldier. And we're pretty much even in health here. I pop mine first. I have ki, so I do have the ki advantage in case we do get into a Vanish War. Anything of the sort. He does take the grab there. Good on him. I probably didn't even mean to go for it, but I did. He hits the turnaround combo on me, and then misses the follow-up, which is a little unfortunate. He could have comboed that really well. Gets a revenge counter into a Masenko, but I am guarding this one. I go for a wave of my own just to force the guard. He does charge and get the ki advantage, but mine is slowly going up. I get the super counter into the Vanish Wars, and he also liked kicking me into the ground. Did not like going into the air to fight at all. And Freiza Soldier is on his last legs. I get a nice little combo off sweep. He techs up, and then just spam in the perception, so he gets that off on me and forces me back into Whis. Sometimes I wish it would let you pick who you go into, but I know that might, I don't know, for the sake of time, might not be a good thing. People might be able to solve that. I love when Whis says stop when he takes your super counters. It's my favorite. He goes for his full power, getting the ki advantage, or I guess at least putting him on par with me. And I hate this. My guy keeps trying to float back to the floor, and it's ruining my combo and lets him combo. I guard the Masenko for like the 3rd time in a row. Hit him with a dot on Ray, and he is not ready for it. Hit the charge, and I see he has Birder. I'm like, okay, I kind of know what this guy's going for as far as like strategy-wise, and that's trying to stall me out. So he kicks me into the floor once again with Birder, and is getting some nice combos off. Can't lie, Birder's attacks are really fast. I do have enough skill counters to save a snack, so I think I'm just trying to hit him away at this point and get a massive 12,000 damage combo on him. He just kind of keeps charging in front of me because he's bold like that. Hit him with the disappearance, and then the grab. Faraway teleport, so I get my snack off, which did not heal that much. I feel like it used to heal. It healed a lot more before, and in some of these other fights it heals a lot more, but I'm not sure what would affect that. Maybe using it multiple times. Who knows? Go for the Vanish War. He wins that, and then kicks me to the floor again. Another obsession. And then does hit the very, I will say, very nicely timed Rush Super for turbo speed. Gives me a lot of the fancy footwork. He only hits me for 7,000, but he does have the advantage. Charges key, and I switch into the Lord himself, Chiaotzu, to make sure that things do not end nicely for Birder, and maybe both his kneecaps are backwards by the end of this. Chiaotzu put in a little work. He does get the super counter off, and then goes for the ultimate, and I dodge it, right? Of course I dodge it, because I put the after image already. He doesn't get it off on Chiaotzu. Chiaotzu does get beat up, though, and then he does swap and preserve Birder. And I see Master Roshi, and I go, oh no, it's a Master Roshi user? I'm like, bro, he probably has somebody else in the back, because I'm not too sure about the cost. I know these guys are all low, they're all cheap, and they could all be taken to the school of Chiaotzu. He does see, and this guy is falling because he can't fly, and it's also difficult to fight him. But I don't know. Sometimes there's just things that are a little annoying, but hey, you gotta get used to it and fight, right? So I do, and I try shooting a dot on Ray. He just dodges it, I think, but he gets hit for 1,000. So I'm not sure if that was like a guard or what that was. He's spam key finished me, which is fine. It's just 800 damage. KO, and I go back into Whis. He goes into skinny Roshi, and at this point I'm like, bro, he's gonna after image strike me. He's gonna after image strike me. I might as well get my infinite key. And I know there's something you can do with Whis where I could just like spam charge my key for like 18,000 damage and then get my ult off for like a massive 40,000. But I have not mastered that yet, and I just kind of want to spam this guy because he's playing very annoying. And to time out his after image strike, which is still active for some reason. I shoot off a dot on Ray, and he is no longer active. That's a great and wonderful check. Well timed. He gets another evasion off on me. He goes into Big Roshi, which I think confused me, and I think he may have hit the wrong button here. He might, I don't know if that's an after image strike. And I figure I have to end this old man, because if he has Birder and somebody else in the back, I never know when that timer is going to start counting down. I just never seem to block a Kamehameha, and he gets a nice 5,000 off on me. He's holding Perception, and I just couldn't tell he was holding Perception. He saves, he goes back into Birder, and at this point I go, okay, I think this is just the 2 guys that he has left, because I think he would have gone into a fully healthy character if he had one. He hits the evasion on me, a little unfortunate. And Whis gets a snack off there, and that was a huge snack. I see the 60-second timer, and I'm like, okay, I have to end this. I get behind Birder, hit him with the back shots for the 13,000 damage combo. Just make sure I'm down his neck. I'm over here giving him a hug, smelling him, making sure that he cannot get away from me. And I knock him out, knocking him into his last character, who is, indeed, the old man who I should have beat up years ago. He hits me with a Ki Blast. Sucks that he locks on switching and I don't. Hits me with another evasion. And he's just going for these combos that I can never see in the super counter. Gets very close to it. Just winning in the Ki War. I spam Ki. And then I go in for the melee to finish him for a very, very close ranked match.
Excellent work out there. Now, I wonder how Bulma is faring.
He's always just worried about his next food, his next snack. But I guess that's fair because that gives him health points. Alrighty, I think we're going to go ahead and head off into a couple more Whis Chiaotzu Freiza Soldier replays. Let's see what we can find.
How's this for incentive? If you can beat me, I'll give you my dessert.
Alright, so in this ranked match here, we do get an Android 13, an Ultra Instinct Goku, and then I think a Spopovich in the back. I've been seeing a lot of Android 13s. I'm unsure why. I don't know if there's like a certain tech or something with them. But maybe they just like playing androids. They don't want to play typical androids, so they play Android 13. Something I'm actually really excited for is Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Some more androids will be added with DLC 1. He goes for the Rush Super there because he does have a ton of ki from being an android and just kind of getting it passively. I have to hit him with a nice little 11,000 damage combo. He runs right into my face and then transforms. A bold tactic, but it does work out for him. And then immediately goes for the super attack. So I think that's why he did that. And he gets me with it. It works. I'm ashamed to say it did work. He goes for a pump up there, which actually just raises his attack and ki blast damage. And does not make his odds of not catching these hands any better. I catch that into, I think, a KO. No, he's still alive. And I do get the KO on a nice little follow-up combo by Whis. Nice little two-piece. I get a nice little dessert off, and he is charging in the water. Folks, never charge in the water. Never charge in the water. As soon as I saw that it was UI Goku, I immediately rushed him down. The reason you don't want to charge in the water is that it's half as slow as charging in the air. You charge a lot slower in the water. I throw a nice little ki blast into a follow-up combo here to make sure I get his back, and he is either, I think, probably new to using UI Goku, or is just not sure how to handle back shots with super counters yet. He does get the transform off here, which does indeed mean he does get extra health bar. He goes for the Hame, which I somehow magically get behind him, and I figure, you know what? I might as well get my super off, my ultimate off, because I haven't seen it. Me and Beerus over here just slapping around in the water. Probably a very difficult task, and then I blasted him away for a nice 20,000. He can't see me, and I go above the water to charge. He locks onto me for once, and he can't switch out because he just transformed. So he goes for a nice little 6,000 combo. Throws some ki, which I cannot see because of the water. And then I get behind him and KO him into his last character, unknowns to me, Spopovich. And for some reason, I don't know why they're all spawning in the water, but I have to bring out Chiaotzu to make sure that Spopovich is dulled his pain for what he did to, what's her name? Videl, Gohan's wife. What he did to Videl in the Majin Buu games, because Chiaotzu was there. He didn't stop her, but he trained, and now he's back for some revenge. He just called me a puny ant, and I really took that personally here. I started giving him the back shot drills. Go for the low sweep, more back shots into the combo up high, into the ultimate Bible of Chiaotzu for the 29 hit, 13,000 damage combo on Spopovich. Something he did not expect, but since he called me a puny runt, I had to give him the back shots and drill his spine with my skull. Didn't work out for him. I'm going above just so I can charge faster, because once again, charging in the water is all this guy seems to want to do. He shows Chiaotzu the hands, and we are at the top of the map, so it does act a little funny with some vanishes and vanish counters.
Me, I'm a rich son. I just bought the whole pint, I'm about to sip some. I just took a whole...
He's popping all of his skills, which he has +4 defense and +3 physical damage. But he gets hard knockdown. I don't know how that didn't save him. I'll be honest, I don't know how that didn't save him. And one of my favorite things about Chiaotzu is when he screams after he gets enough for an ultimate. I throw some ki blasts at him. We get the charge ki blast, which do hit him in the back, open him up, but he gets a really nicely timed.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
He goes for the last perception of his life. And I'll let the voice acting do all the good work. Like, Chiaotzu's just in the, like, Tien's just in a 10-mile radius somewhere. Ready, watching him. And then Chiaotzu's actually fine. One of my favorite replays of all time. I love it. I love how that match turned out. He brought a UI Goku. It didn't work out. And this is ranked, baby. This is ranked. You gotta bring what you're comfortable using. Okay, another match that we're going to go ahead and get into here is going to be this, because I feel like this is also, this is like pretty equal cheese, I feel like. He's got a UI Goku, a Broly, and Videl, and I have a Whis, Freiza Soldier, Chiaotzu. But this is pretty equal cheese, even footing. So let's see how this fight turns out in my favor.
You know, if you don't keep up your exercise.
Shut up. There's no unique voice line there, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip it. Does manage to get behind me in a matter of milliseconds. Hit me with a sweep. Guess it's sort of a nice little combo off, but it's kind of missing a couple. Does get enough for the unblockable Videl kick, which does 6,000 damage. Knocking down actually a considerable amount of my health here. And I figured, you know, maybe he doesn't know how to get out of a combo. Hit her for 15,000. Get behind her one more time. Open up a Namekian pod. And then go ahead and KO her. And she's done. She's out of the way. The Videl's gone. I couldn't be happier. I'm so happy. Charging on my ultimate. Chase down the Broly, hit him for a nice damage. Tech the grab! Tech the grab! Because Broly's grab is very coordinated. You can see it come from a mile away. Get the super counter, the Vanish War. Into another ultimate. Is this another Whis ultimate? He does not vanish it. He has a lot of time to vanish it there. It is possible. And I hit him again for a juicy 22,000 damage combo. He goes into just Super Saiyan 1. Did not go into the other guy. I guess he didn't have enough, even though he lost a lot of health, and I felt like he should have had enough. Goes for the Rush Super there, and I am stunned, right? My guard got broken, but you can make that process a lot faster by just swinging your sticks and moving them in circles. It'll actually make that process a lot faster. I see the UI Goku here, and he actually chases me down, so he sees me first, and I'm thinking, oh boy, I got a wild man on my hands here. And then I hit him with the Ultra Instinct Goku, let him know where it comes from. He hits me with it one time, and I put my staff down and say, this is enough! Try throwing the Charge Ki Blast. Doesn't work. We're here just throwing attacks at each other. He goes for the very telegraphed grab there. Gets a nice little combo off. I think I'm trying to get the evasion here, just to show off with Ultra Instinct, but I fail. He transforms, and now he has some really strong attacks, this being one of them. But he misses because Whis is falling in slow motion on Namek. I love that. Actually, it worked to my benefit, so I don't mind it. And I was against a barrier. He lets me get a snack off right in front of him. Unsure of what he thought I was doing, but he seemed very interested in letting me finish it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this combo on him. A nice 11,000 before he does super counter me away. I get the Ki Blast on the homing dash. We're sitting at even health one more time. He gets a Kamehameha Blast, but I say, you know what? I am not having that. I teleport behind him, smack him out of it. He gets a nice combo going. I try getting behind him, but I do get a nice 5,000 damage combo off. Keeping the health gates pretty even, but I have to hit him with a Holy Dodon Ray. Followed up with my Charge Ki Blast. It did almost KO him. Followed up by Chiaotzu, who will surely put UI Goku in an early grave with a super counter to finish the game. Man. Chiaotzu beats UI Goku. And I don't even see a scratch on him. I'm not a single scratch. And he ran the rematch. So folks, we got round 2 here. Go ahead and restart. Go ahead and take that guide off. And then go ahead and play it. So round 2 turns out a little differently. He does take the aggressive route with Videl here, knowing that how fast he can get KO'd. They saw last round, I think she got KO'd probably in the first like 40 seconds. After a nice little combo, unable to get a super counter off, so something I need to take advantage of. I win the Vanish War, hit her with another Holy Dodon Ray to knock her down to her last health bar immediately, almost just as fast as last time. But gets the swap off, and a Broly goes for the immediate super. I'm kind of not too worried about that being Whis. And I go for the immediate beatdown, but he does have some weird blocks. I don't know how he's blocking from that angle, but it does work for him. So I have to change my tactics. I get behind him, try throwing the staff at him one more time. Does do a decent job of kind of guarding and not letting me get a full combo on him. The grab, smash attack away into the transformation above me, and then goes to the charge. But I just block it. This time my guard not being broken from it, but it's also a nice little tech you can do. And kind of, I'm glad that he went into this form before instead of just going instantly into the legendary Super Saiyan Super Buff Broly in the back that he does have for the transformation. I do respect that. You gotta respect it a little bit here. Go for another Vanish War, into another Vanish War, and who wins it? Whis does. I get a nice little snack off, and I'm pretty much back up at full. But he does end up going into the Super Buff, Super Big Broly, which is fine. I do swap out in Chiaotzu to maybe give him somebody that is kind of on his level, because Whis is kind of just doing a lot of damage here. I'm just kidding. Chiaotzu is getting railed by Broly here. Steam trucked. I made up new words. I'm mixing words up. Hit him with the aftermath strike, and I realize that I can't break through his super armor. He gets a whole grab off even after I'm dancing on his face. It does not matter to him. I get the super counter off into a very powerful Dodon Ray. which sinks him to his ground. I get enough ki for another dud on Ray. I throw it. This time he guards it. Scared of my powers, he chases me down and puts Chiaotzu's life on early end. Switching me back into Whis at full health pretty much here, and him not knowing where I'm at. I tried TPing behind him. It didn't work. It didn't work because I didn't have block on, and he kind of just charges the full and gets sparking off. So I figure I have to put him, once again, to an early end. I have to do what he did to Chiaotzu, my best pupil, to him. And I put him down with like a 13,000 damage combo. And knowing he has Videl and UI in the back, he goes into Videl and gets enough, just takes advantage of the fact that I can't see him, charges all the way, is in sparking mode, hitting me away so he can't really get those really good combos in, and I do block that, wasting his ultimate and all of his ki. Gets a nice little grab in there, fair enough, does a nice little 1,000 damage, then swaps into UI Goku, keep the combo going, and hopefully kind of let Videl sit in the back and rest. With Chiaotzu out, I just have Freiza Soldier in the back, and I think Freiza Soldier could probably take that Videl. I just gotta get some nice combos in there. Whis is kind of having his way here with the Ultra Instinct Goku. Getting really nice combos off any chance I get. He kind of keeps charging right back into me. I'm teleporting behind him. I get a nice grab off. I send him through that rock, which is nice, but there's still more of the rock. He gets around it, transforms so I can't see him. And do I TP all the way through? No, he instantly goes for the same move again, but I do guard. Something I was expecting because he did do that with the Broly. He tried that with the Broly and it didn't work, and it didn't work this time either. He's learning that the hard way at the cost of his life. I still have a lot more health. He's kind of going for Ki Blast here, but I have to hit him with the Ultra Instinct Super Sway. Because Ultra Instinct Goku has really long combos, that sway lasts longer than normal on him compared to other characters. I do get the teleport. He does try going for some grabs, but UI Goku's grab is just so long that he can't get it off, and I combo him for 15,000 damage back into his last character, Videl. I get another snack off here for about half. I'm back at full 3 bars, and he just goes in for the super aggro, trying to get another Videl kickoff on me. Yep, I saw that coming. Doesn't get it off because I'm falling again, though, something that he has not learned. I guess I just get the advantage here in the water. Go for another combo, pretty much till KO. Hit her with the staff, upside the head, under the water.
Excellent work.
And that is it. Freiza Soldier didn't have to see the light of day.
I hear she's preparing a meal for the ages.
And Whis is worried about his next breakfast, of course. Another stupendous display by Whis and his best pupil, Chiaotzu. Alright, folks, this is Chiaotzu at the end of a very well hard-earned victory. You wonder how we got here? Well, let's watch the replay again together. Let's see how Chiaotzu, Whis' best disciple, got here. Alright, so we're fighting. I know, we're playing as Whis, so anything you bring is pretty much fair unless you're bringing giants or like after a mid-strike abusing time delaying. That's besides the point. Either way, he brings Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, sorry, the outfit was so drippy I mixed up their characters. But he does bring him in the Saiyan armor, which I love. I love that look so much. I love it on Goku, I love it on the Gohan, I love it on Vegeta, Trunks, Goten, Baby Trunks, probably Beerus if he ever wore it. We get into a Vanish War here and have to kind of assert dominance a little early there. We do get a nice little chunk of skill counters, and I do have to watch out for the Instant Sparking because he does have it at this point in time. So I have to decide, you know what? I'm going to breathe down his neck. I'm going to make sure that he can't get rid of me. I'm going to be like his shadow. And then he gets it off because I failed in doing that, and he actually hit me away with the grab. I get a nice little combo off trying to get him out of his Sparking. I'm like, well, he won't be that guy to abuse it, right? Well, you're seeing right here what happens. I'm like, I'll dodge it. And I go, you know what, dude? I'm using a Whis. You gotta remember, this is fine. I'll be fine. I got Whis and Chiaotzu, man. I will be okay. And Freiza Soldier, if things get really hairy. I get a nice snack off there, which actually kind of regains me a large chunk of my health. Get some nice back shots here. A nice little combo going. He super counters out of it a little late, but he does super counter out of it, forcing us to a Vanish War, which I do win. I do try planting a Gohan tree, and I just do not let him breathe and KO him early. He brings in the Ultimate Gohan, who also has the Instant Sparking, and I think Wild Sense or something like that, so it could be pretty cheesy. I have to bring in Chiaotzu because it's only fair that he has an extra health bar, and I'm Chiaotzu, and he has to fight me. So he gets another super counter off there. Not before I get a combo into a Vanish grab there. I do love after image on Chiaotzu, and it does feel a little more fair than what some people do have to offer. It is just a one-time get out of jail free card, not a 15-second get out of jail free card. And then I follow that up with a powerful Dodon Ray. Get some more back shots, but he's really good at super countering the Chiaotzu back shot, so it's actually putting up a pretty good fight, not for easy combos. He does get it again there on the same attack, so maybe, you know, his timing for it is actually just really good. I get a super counter there early on the combo, but he does more damage to me because he is a stronger character. I plant him into the ground for an adult Gohan tree to hopefully grow there, next to the Bardock and Teen Gohan trees. I plant another Gohan tree back over there. Actually, environmental Chiaotzu here. I punch him in his spine, paralyze him, and then throw a Dodon Ray at him. Just let him know what's really good. And then I get behind him to finish the combo, finish the job off, because I got paid. I got paid to take care of Gohan, right? That's what they pay me for. Pay me the big bucks. I finished him off with a combo that he used the super counter, and this time could not manage the super counter. Then he brings out Hercule, and I go, alrighty. It's now strongest mortal versus strongest mortal. He dodges out of the way of that, tries getting the grab off. I tech that because his grab is also pretty telegraphed. I guard that, not having my after image up yet, knowing on my last bit of health. And this is kind of just like, just battle of the mids right here. You know, two mortals. They're not gods, but they are the strongest ever, you know, in their known universe. Try hitting with a Dodon Ray, but since that combo wasn't a hard knockdown, I guess he recovers that, or he just happens to recover that just really well timed. I have my after image strike up this time. He full sends with a full combo. Gets the grab after some, like, dodges off. Goes for both of his skills here, but I stop him early from popping another one. Go for a charge attack, which misses. We then go to a Vanish Form, and I realize that I have, like, super armor on this guy. Like, he can't, like, he can hit me, but my attacks will still go through and kind of out-damage him. So I hit him with one more Dodon Ray, which he does guard. He is getting, you know, he's learned that it's better to just go the Dodon Ray than trying to get by it. But then he has one fatal mistake and tries out cheesing. Dodon Ray wins. So that's how Chiaotzu got here. You absolutely did, Chiaotzu, and you did so in spectacular fashion, taking down Ultimate Gohan and Hercule. Very well done, friend. Very well done. Alrighty, last bit of a Chiaotzu showcase. This was one of my first games, I think, with this ties, and the theme for this team, as you can tell, is movie bosses. And then just kind of throwing Chiaotzu in there. And then I see that he actually has a Majin team. So it actually, I think, works out pretty well as far as evenly. And then I remember this is actually a team that I seen on YouTube. So somebody else was running this, and he decided to run it, which is fine. I think theme teams are pretty fun, and it's cool when you play a team that works out pretty well, or you discover you have some newfound characters. I am playing Big Janemba off bat because I feel like it's fair to lead with the cheesiest thing that your team has to offer. I am obviously going for the transformation on Janemba, but he sends me spiraling backwards with two of these bobbity barrier things, and I just go flying. He tries getting the sparking off, but I just do not let him. And I'm trying to get some combos down with Janemba on the ceiling, but it's kind of like fighting on the floor. It's like fighting on the ceiling with Janemba. I have somehow managed to get him down to his last bar of health, and I'm struggling to find the transform button. But he is also finding me struggling the switch out button, and I find that after he finds the switch out button. I finally transform to thick Janemba. Good old strong, normal-sized Janemba who can fight, and has a very cool disappearing animation, I might add. He's holding the perception, and I kind of walk into it. I might have tried to bore it a point, but I do realize that he has after image strike during this fight, so that might be, it kind of pushes me away from the character a little bit, a little too cheesy, you know? And I do get a nice vanish in here. He kind of does a really late recover on that. I instant transmission and then go down to the floor so he loses sight of me. And then I charge him immediately, thinking I have a key advantage, and then he sways me, putting us immediately even at key. He holds a perception there, but I go for the vanish behind him, the hard recover. I'm trying to see if he's going to vanish so I can just TP behind him and get free back shots off. If he's going to keep perceptioning like that. I get another instant transmission into his after image strike. Look how many times I would have hit him here. And he got saved pretty well. I teleport behind him, go for the grab, because I vanish that super attack after the after image strike. I teleport behind him and just figure I'll let the after image strike run out. It's got to be out by now. But he's acting a little too confident. So I just send my ult at him, which he does have to guard, showing me the after image strike is gone. But he might have activated again, I am unsure. And I think he might have actually. Which is why I'm playing a little more defensive here. He sends the unblockable key there. And I'm taking a long time to find that swap out button. But I do with Garlic Jr. Now, Garlic Jr., the reason I picked him is because he has 2 unblockables, but he's also, like, pretty weak, and he doesn't have an Insta-Spark or anything like that, so he just seems, once again, a little more fair, and he's a character I had not used that I didn't want to use because he has his unblockables. And his super unblockable is a 4-key super that is pretty much essentially a very short grab, so it's not like a chase down or anything like that. And then I think he has a beam, which is 3-key, which is the super 1. This is one of his skills, just strengthens his attack, his key damage, and defense a little bit. And I go for the combo there just to finish Bobbity off, which is very nice to know that one of his team members is actually done and taken care of. Forces him into Dabura, which I actually really like because it gives me a solid chance of hopefully finishing him off. And as you can tell, I am getting very close to those 4 key bars, and I maybe want to see if I can pull off one of these super attacks here. And I realize that he has the after image strike on, and then Garlic Jr. is just kind of getting a lot of damage on him and getting beat up by demons. Literally, Dabura is a demon. He's actually the Demon King, Supreme Demon King or something like that. We go for a little bit of a boring of a key fight here, but I think it does eventually wear off, and I get some good old Vanish War here and plant me a Dabura tree. But he does dodge that, showing the after image strike is still useful, or he just popped another one. And he's just using it to charge, which is pretty fair. I tried guarding this, but it's an unguardable, which is fair. He does find the switch out button, has Majin Buu, and I'm like, oh, I did not realize he had Super Buu like that. I go for the teleport into the grab, which felt pretty good, can't lie. Get that timing off, and then plant me a Super Buu tree. There's going to be a lot of trees here in the Kai. It's going to be a lot more interesting characters later on once these trees grow. Get the nice Vanish behind him, but not until I get gut checked by Super Buu. He still has full health, and he also has the transformations just a couple skill counters away. I can't seem to really find any footing with him because he keeps super countering me, and my guy doesn't do a lot of damage on those attacks leading up to that. So I just kind of have to keep going for these tree plants. I bring out Turtles. He transforms Super Buu into Super Saiyan 3 Floor Gotenks. And this guy has an unblockable super that is 3-key. So I thought I was cheesy with an unblockable 4-key. He's unblockable 3-key. And he is not afraid of letting me know that it is unguardable. I try vanishing it to no success with Turtles here. And I just keep getting put in the ringer. So I have to charge him down and maybe get some damage off on him. And take care of him for the rest of my team. Because I know what he plans on doing. And he flies straight up. And I decided to not chase him down. But maybe go up and maybe get some nice attacks off. It works! I get a little bit of a strategy into some back shots. I try to get the Vanish again, and he's just full. And at this point, his key meter breaks, so I never know how much key he has. It stays stuck like this, so I can't see how much key he has, which makes this fight a lot harder when he's spamming attacks like this. He takes care of Turtles there by straight super attacks, which is a little annoying, but I know I have extra characters in the back, especially full Janemba. And I go for the instant transmission, hopefully maybe losing sight of him if he happens to attack before I get there. I go for the lightning shower rain, and it attacks. It works a little bit, I think. I'm kind of unsure there if it, like, part of it hit. He gets the perception spam super dodge into me and to vanish smacking me around. I did not appreciate that. I get back up, and I see the timer, and I go 60 seconds. He might timer me out here. Because I don't know how much Dabura is. I knew Super Buu was 5, and Bobby's like 2, so I'm like, dude, he might even have another character in the back of Dabura's like 5 or something. So I want to get this over, and we go into the longest Vanish War of all time before I hit him down to the ground, which he does recover again pretty soon. And then I swap out in Chiaotzu to try to get this to end, and it just does not work because he has the after image strike, and he gets a nice 11,000 combo on a Chiaotzu there. Swaps right back in, I guess, and throws the unguardable super like a just very unjoyful player. So I have to show him the better move, which is Dot on Ray. It does not let him get his guard off. And I go for the after image into combo to take care of this menace. I throw out the Dot on Ray because mine is better than his 3-key unblockable. And I am a man whose name is Chiaotzu with one hair on my head. And I put down Majin Buu as Chiaotzu hair form. Now it's just Dabura left, and then I get key blasted, so Chiaotzu's kind of done there. But hopefully it should be just this last guy. And I, once again, can't see if he's going into Sparking, but I see him taking forever over there to charge. I get into Sparking on my own. He finally chases me down, I vanished that, and I would have got an ultimate off. But I somehow win because he didn't have any other characters. So I got lucky there, keeping the Janemba way in the back. Someone who I actually really would like to fight as, but it's just too much of a DP cost. And that is how that fight ends. Even with Turles getting fully just super unguardable for like 30 seconds there, managed to come out with a win, which is just wonderful, just beautiful. And I think that might end the Chiaotzu saga for now. But I will be back with more Chiaotzu a little later. Make sure to drop a like, drop a sub if you enjoyed. I really do actually enjoy playing as Chiaotzu. I feel like it makes your timing for super counters and vanishes a lot better. You can kind of focus a lot more on the core mechanics of the game as Chiaotzu because you're at such a disadvantage fighting almost anybody that it makes you fight a lot smarter. And I love that. So I will see you guys next time. Maybe another Chiaotzu video on the way.